it's Lillian, the Postmodern Mom here. Thanks for joining me again on a bump update. I am now 26 weeks pregnant. It has kind of flown by because I really haven't done a video since 22 weeks. So it's been 4 weeks since my last video. And I have a video I can show you about with the heartbeat going and then news about we are going with a private midwife. So there are a lot of things that are going really exciting happening at the beginning of the 3rd trimester. I think there's such a joy in keeping a good home, in watching your children grow up, in cooking and cleaning and supporting your husband. In case you're new to my channel, I am Lillian, the Postmodern Mom. I am an American but living here in the UK, and we just got our residency. Yay! So we are allowed to stay for however long until they kick us out, I guess, but there's no expiry on these biometric cards. So you're stuck with us pretty much. The next step would possibly be becoming a citizen, but I'm not sure if I'm there yet. But if you're new to this particular channel, I vlog about pregnancy, obviously, homeschooling, home education, being a traditional housewife, being a stay-at-home mom, and I hope you enjoy it. As you can see, I am really big. That's how I feel, at least. The last 4 weeks have been just flying by. I've been so busy doing so many things. Soon after my last video, I had my 24-week appointment with a midwife, and she had a student midwife with her, so it was a bit like she was just kind of teaching the student what to do and take my blood pressure and feel around where the baby's positioning is. And the thing that I've noticed about this baby that's totally different than the other ones is this baby is very, very active. I can feel the baby moving a lot. Like he or she's dancing in there all the time.
Child. Is it right, Betley? Have a quick feel.
Yeah.
What is she doing, Mother?
Just gonna feel around, see where the baby is.
Why?
Otherwise we don't know where to listen. Because if baby's over here and we listen over here, we're not going to hear anything.
That was a little baby.
Yeah, we're still down this end, but yeah, this is all moved.
Yeah.
So we're probably hiding at the back. Start about there, and then it's going to be a case of the fish about with the ankle until you find it, but yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, happy child. Oh, yeah.
And then the other thing is that I've already started getting Braxton Hicks. Now, if you're not sure what those are like fake contractions. They are where the uterus is tightening. It's not necessarily painful, and it's not related to labor. It's kind of like pre-labor or getting ready for labor, but I'm only 26 weeks pregnant. So to me, that's a great sign because I feel like I might end up having a really fast labor and birth, but that the muscles of the uterus are exercising and they're getting ready for the baby. And I also think maybe that the uterus is like tightening up because the baby is so active in there and just moving around and swimming around and dancing and boxing or whatever. And so oftentimes I can get Doris will come sit next to me and she can put her hand or her ear on the tummy and she'll feel something or hear something, and that's been really exciting. Little Humphrey doesn't really understand yet, but he, in the mornings and stuff, when he sees me, if I'm changing, he'll see my belly, he'll come up and pat my belly and say, "Baby, here! Baby, here!" And actually, he doesn't say here like an American does, he says, "Baby, hair! Baby, hair!" I try and correct him because we like that American accent. So yeah, that's the main difference. I've been eating quite well. The other update is that I have started doing my Bradley regime. So if you're not familiar with the Bradley method, it is an American pregnancy childbirth class, natural childbirth class. We took it when Felipe and I were expecting our first, and it was 12 weeks long of classes, and it was very intense, and it changed our minds a lot about what birth was like. We had originally booked in for a hospital birth with a doctor who ended up, we found out later, had almost a 50% cesarean section rate, and which was horrible. And that was one of the reasons why we looked into a birthing center or having a home birth, and we ended up going with the home birth. So that regime includes what we eat, how we exercise, and then obviously the knowledge part. And I feel like I have the knowledge part down pat, but I think it would be good for Felipe to get a refresher course, to go through the workbook again, just to remind him what the different stages are and the different kinds of interventions. And the main thing for me this time is I want to avoid going to the hospital, and that means I want the placenta to come out naturally. So I think the best way to make that possible is to hire an independent midwife, so I don't have to have someone that I've never met before be kind of like pushing me around. And the independent midwife will know, and we already chatted with her and met with her. She knows the risks. She knows that we've had placental retention last time. So, and it sounds like she understands that, and she's also seen that if you just take things more naturally and not rush things and make sure that the environment is a good environment, that the placenta should come out naturally and there should be no problem with that. So it's just annoying having to go through the basically what they want is they want to have it signed off by a consultant midwife to say, oh, you understand the risks, which means that I'll have to meet with them, and I'm sure they'll take that opportunity to persuade me to have a birth on the labor ward, which is the worst place to go. I just had a friend give birth, and she was telling me how the labor ward just is not like a birth center, where there's just so many people around, and you're not being watched all the time. You're just, people are in and out, and they rely on the machines, and etc. So I don't like that. I love the home birth scene because you have a dedicated midwife, usually two, and they're with you. You are the client. They don't have another one that they're trying to rush down out and check out on usually. So it's really quite a privilege that we have the ability, and I'm really looking forward to the experience. So we also have a photographer / videographer who will be on the scene, and we'll be in this new beautiful house with lots of room to labor and birth in. So I'm really looking forward to the experience. I don't know how many of you can say that you're looking forward to birth, but I personally really am. I'm looking forward to it, and to see what the baby's going to be like, because the baby has been so active, we're thinking maybe this baby is going to be even more hyperactive than the other two. Obviously our first Doris, she was really good, not hyperactive at all, very calm. Our second is a bit more, but he hasn't been overwhelming. So I guess we're kind of waiting for that child that God's gonna give us, who's gonna humble us and to be like, nope, the upbringing wasn't because of you. But no, I really am looking forward to seeing if it's a boy or girl, and seeing the personality and what the baby looks like. Very excited about that. So let's see the baby bump in the red dress. So seriously, my bump is really big. My belly is massive. I can't imagine another 3 months passing and what size my stomach's gonna be at, but I feel like this is the biggest I've been before. Now, last night, Felipe and I were talking about it, and about how big I am, and I told him I feel really big, and he was like, no. You were humongous with Doris. And we don't have any video of that really. I took a few pictures, But he said that like my face got really fat and like I was really big, but I don't remember that. And then but I did remember with Humphrey that my face did get a little bit bigger, because you can see it in our videos from nearing his birth. So we're at our favorite Indian restaurant and we're gonna have some hot curry. Trying to get this baby out. But I don't remember my butt being really that big. Now, I've got a friend at church who is due in March. So she's in her like 30 some weeks and she's smaller than I am. And I was like, how big do your babies come out? She said about 7 pounds. And I was like, that's pretty big, but somehow that baby is like tucked in her body. It's like not sticking out at all. Now with me, I really feel like this baby is sitting very high up. Very high up. Like I think I'm used to the baby being a bit lower, and then I just feel like I'm really jutting out. It's like crazy. It's like crazy. So I don't know what I'm doing wrong. Maybe I'm eating too much. I have no idea. Yeah, so I hope that I'm not gonna get completely gymongous. And I almost feel like I'm ready to go out on a maternity shoot right now because the bump is so large. Anyway, I feel like that things are going smoothly, and ever since we decided to book this private midwife, I've really felt less anxiety about the whole issue. With the Bradley course, I have some couples already signed up for the course, and it'll be quite interesting because my baby will be due during their 12-week course, and I think it's going to be really good for them because then they'll get to see like firsthand and see like a newborn, and I think it's quite exciting. I tend not to take very much time off from my little duties here and there. I'm not going to take much time off from my choir because their concert is in June and the baby's due in May, so I only have like 4 weeks, maybe even less, before their final concert, so I'm planning on just bringing the baby to the concert, who knows? And then same thing with teaching courses. I think it'll be fine if the baby's with me while I teach. Pray for us. I know I'm only at 26 weeks, but who knows when I'm gonna make the next video, because I planned on doing them every 2 weeks, and then clearly I just didn't do it for the last 4 weeks, so I'm sorry about that. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching, and let me know what other things that you'd like to see on this channel. Felipe and I just recently had the privilege of going on the Jeremy Vine show on Channel 5 to talk about traditional housewives, if trad wives are betraying feminism. Check that out. We're gonna try to do a little reaction video to that as well. And that's all on the Postmodern Family channel, not on the Postmodern Mom channel. So there's that, and then I'm selling music still, and you can check that all out, and I hope you guys appreciate the content we put out. So thanks for watching. I love our patrons. Thank you so much for supporting us, and we'll catch you next time. Bye! I think there's such a joy in keeping a good home and watching your children grow up, and cooking and cleaning and supporting your husband.